Welcome, my friends. If you're watching this, it means that I won't make it to class tomorrow. Yikes. Sorry. But I do have an assignment posted on my courses that I want you to submit. You can take a look at that assignment. It is a 3-part thesis assignment for your argumentative essay. We began it in class the other day. We did steps 1 and 2, where we developed potential central claims for our argumentative essay, and then we developed some supporting claims for our argumentative essay. And the assignment that you submit on my courses, I'm only asking that you submit steps 3 and 4 of that assignment. You can keep the other 2 steps on your piece of paper. Step 3 asks you to develop some potential counterclaims for your essay. And again, you can review that term counterclaims in the argumentative essay handouts online via my courses. Again, a counterclaim is essentially, imagine someone who writes an essay in a parallel universe that completely disagrees with the claim that you had in your essay. So the example I gave was someone said more gun controls should be enforced, and your essay said there should be less gun control laws. Okay, that's a counterclaim. I want you to develop some potential counterclaims, and you start out with that initial counterclaim, which is for instance, there should be more gun control laws put in place, and then you add the word because, a because clause, and then you do a free write for 10 minutes where you develop all of the potential counterclaims you can imagine for that, so all the supporting reasons that support that counterclaim. And then in step 4, I ask you to put all steps together, 1, 2, and 3, and then you will have a 3-part thesis statement that will include a central claim, at least 3 supporting claims for that central claim, as well as a counterclaim with a supporting reason for that one. You can follow the 3-part thesis handout that I have online via my courses, handouts, argumentative essay handouts. You'll see it there. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about a sample essay in your Guide to Freshman Composition that I asked for you to read for homework. So I ask you to pause your video for a moment, break out your Guide to Freshman Composition, and turn it to page 276. Page 276 in the Guide to Freshman Composition. Okay? Pause the video, go find the book, come back, I'll still be here. Okay, I'm here. Alright, you got your book? Good. Okay, here again is an essay by Courtney Kimbrick. We've been watching this essay develop from its initial stages over the past few class meetings. She had written an exploratory essay, now she's writing an argumentative research essay. Same topic as the exploratory essay, but now she's going to take an argumentative slant. Okay, Courtney still has the same topic. She has a creative title, Too Many Parents, haha, too many parents. The necessity of single parent assistance. I like the subtitle that she uses there. Okay, she has a lead, which is one thing I'll be looking for in your essay. What do Barack Obama, Bill Cosby, Michael Phelps, and Julia Roberts all have in common? This was before the Bill Cosby scandal and the Michael Phelps scandal, where he was caught smoking a bong. They were all raised by single parents. Despite the fact that some of our country's most prominent politicians, sports figures, actors, and actresses grew up in single-parent families, did very well for themselves, there still exists an unfortunate and unfair stigma for children across America who are born into single-parent families. These children and their parents are often misguidedly labeled as troublemakers and disgraces to society because of the rising high school dropouts and pregnancies. Okay, So what is Courtney doing here? She's establishing context surrounding her argument. She's talking about this is the ongoing debate surrounding this issue of single-parent families. She's talking about both sides of the issue. However, through numerous studies, it has been proven that single parenthood alone is not responsible for the disadvantages faced by children from single-parent homes. Notice how she uses open-minded language where she says single parenthood alone is not responsible. So she says that there are some, downsides. She is willing to acknowledge that. Rather, these studies show that low income earned by most single parents is the real cause of high dropout rates and pregnancies out of wedlock for single parent children. Therefore, it's the responsibility of our government to assure single parent children the same economic and educational opportunities that two parent children receive. There's kind of two parts to this thesis going on here. She makes the argument that it's been proven that single parenthood alone is not responsible for the disadvantages faced by children. So that's the central claim. She gives some supporting reasons. She says that low income is the main reason. So it's a cause and effect thesis statement. She also has a proposal incorporated into her thesis statement saying that the government should assure single parent children the same economic and educational opportunities. That's also debatable. Within the essay, you see she begins to defend that claim. Over the past several years, numerous studies have been conducted that seek to discover whether or not single parenting by single parents is a real reason why they face these disadvantages. Almost all of the studies agree that economics of the family is more of a determining factor. Then she gives supporting evidence for that claim. She gives a study. She gives another study, one from 2004, one in 2010. She gives summary, paraphrase, quotation. And she even includes an interview that she did with a Mississippi State University sociologist. So you can feel free to incorporate an interview into this essay here if you find someone willing to do that. You can conduct a personal interview and include it into the essay. That's fine with me. That would be cool. All right. Her next paragraph does concede some points of the opposition. She says there are some grants and scholarships available for single parents. However, most of those favor single mothers and are often difficult to obtain because of the numerous forms and steps required to apply. Therefore, the government should make it easier for single parents to apply for aid. So, we see here that she concedes some other points, but she says that there's some weaknesses with that. It's good that there's some grants out there, but there's some weaknesses with that. So we should fix that problem a little bit. She exemplifies the problems. She says a simple Google search with the terms aid for single parents returns several hundred websites they may go and search for financial aid. However, most of these websites cater to mothers and even have names like single mother assistance, blah, blah, blah. After searching through these sites, one can see that most of the grants listed require the parent to be female to even join the site. This is unfair to single fathers and should be reassessed. So, she did some personal research there. That was pretty cool that she did that. She gives examples of the problems encountered if a single father like me went and tried to apply for aid or help. Then she gives another way to assist single parent families. 277, second paragraph. Another way to assist single parent families is to raise the minimum wage. She has to justify raising the minimum wage. I can imagine that a counterclaim to that would be we can't afford to raise the minimum wage. And they might talk about how single businesses would have to cut jobs and things such as that if we raise the minimum wage. So I can imagine there would be a rebuttal paragraph potentially in this essay that could talk about that. She goes on to defend more points, more supporting claims for her essay. She uses, again, a wide range of source material to support that, as well as examples that she developed from her own thought process and reasoning. Okay, and the rest of the essay is more of the same, primarily. You can look at the conclusion. Even though single parents do face financial hardships not experienced by most, we're on page 278. Two-income families, they are often mislabeled as poor parents simply because they cannot afford to give their children these opportunities. And she continues to go on to establish her proposal in further detail. And a proposal, a recommendation, of course, of action is certainly a good way to conclude your essay. Look at the source material. You'll see that she used credible source material in on her works cited page. I like that she has a range of sources. I'd like to see that in your essay as well. She has stuff from academic journals. She has stuff from newspapers. She does have a website like Scholarships for Moms, which doesn't seem like a very credible website, at first glance. But then again, we saw how she used it in the essay. So I felt like that was an effective way to use it. If you find like you want to use a source that might not, whenever I look at it, I might say, oh, that doesn't seem very credible. A good way to justify its credibility is to put that within the text. Tell us why you used a particular source, why you thought it was a good source. If you do that, then that allays any concerns I have. Okay. There is several argumentative essays in this book. Another argumentative essay is located on page 286. I want to take a look at this essay because it includes a rebuttal paragraph. And the rebuttal paragraph is the main thing that we're adding to this essay that we haven't done in any other essay. Okay? The rebuttal paragraph is where you address the opposition. That counterclaim that we developed, that's where it's going to come into play. Alright, so I'll give you a moment to turn to page 287. Pause the video, turn. Got it? Good. Okay. Here we are. 286, 287. Curbing cursing. Haha. Shit. This curse word has no place in a formal paper, one may say, and that is a valid statement. Okay, got my attention. Therefore, why should this be a taboo word? Again, she grabs our attention, begins to establish the context surrounding the argument. Okay. She says the days of decency and wholesome family broadcasting are declining to the point where parents may be reluctant to allow their child to watch a daytime TV show. The next paragraph includes a rebuttal. Even though the media is constantly broadcasting more and more obscene and taboo language, the media is legally justifiable for their actions, considering they are simply showcasing the rights of American citizens, such as the freedom of speech and press given to them by the United States Constitution. This is her counterclaim. She's presenting a counterclaim. However, morally, the media is wrong, considering they are constantly exposing the public to taboo words, which convinces people that cursing is a normal thing. Curse words or taboo words serve an actual purpose, despite the media showing to people that cursing is something to be taken lightly. So, the author does refute that claim. I would like to see in your essay, I would like to see that you don't so quickly refute the opposition, that you give them time to voice their concerns and their reasons instead of just jumping right into a refutation. But you have to, I do think that sometimes it will be important to refute weak claims. But you want to be sure to point to the most logical claim that they have, the best claim that they have, establish that and be willing to concede that, because that's going to be the elephant in the room. If you don't show the opposition that you are considering their best claims, then they might think that your argument's bunk, that you didn't give them a fair shake. And again, we're writing our essay toward those who disagree with us or those who are on the fence, and not someone who's wholeheartedly agrees to us. Why would you even write that essay? I don't know. I guess you would write it maybe to rile them up or something like that, to give them reasons to support their position whenever they go out into the world. Okay, I digress. Keep reading this paragraph a little bit. Curse words or taboo words serve an actual purpose despite the media showing the people that cursing is something to be taken lightly. So she goes on to establish that there are some useful functions for curse words. She gives a source to support that claim. Ben McGrath of the New Yorker agrees when he says that quote-unquote swear words perform a useful function in conversation to shock or engage. Society today is being affected in a negative way by the media. However, the media is not fully to blame for the foul-mouthed laden material they broadcast. They're only expressing their right of freedom of speech. The government should be part of the blame as well for a decrease in society's moral standards as they control the material media broadcasts. It's primarily the government's responsibility to assist in curbing the frequent use of these things. So, to sum up a little bit, what I want to see in your essay is a rebuttal paragraph, a section where you give the opposition a fair shake. So, have one of those rebuttal paragraphs have a specific reason why someone disagrees with you. The best one you can find. Have a source material that voices that concern. Have a bit of source material that voices that concern. I said you could use one or two. Alright. Summarize that source, paraphrase, quote, show that you fully understand and that you sympathize with why some disagree. Don't demean them. Don't make them feel inferior. Show that they are human beings and that they have legitimate concerns that affect them and potentially even you. And then, respectfully, either refute them, show that some concerns they have are not as bad as maybe they are, show that some evidence is false or weak or something such as that. But ideally, you offer an alternative or a compromise. Find some middle ground. That's the central tenet of Rogerian argument that we talked about the other day, and I invite you to read that handout again about Rogerian argument. Find a middle ground. Be willing to concede something. Be willing to give up something in order to get something else in return. That's what I'd ideally like to see. So again, in your essay, I want you to develop that three-part thesis. And that three-part thesis is going to anticipate the main 4 sections of your essay. 3 sections that defend your thesis with different supporting claims that are distinct from one another and sufficiently broad, but not too broad. And then those sections are going to include evidence, data, warrant, backing, all of those different terms that we talked about the other day. And of course use the essay strategies that we've been talking about all semester. And then there'll be the section that's called the rebuttal section, and that's where you address the counterclaim part of your thesis statement. This is where, again, let me repeat it, This is where you will address the opposition, show that you fully understand them, include a source, and respectfully refute and offer alternatives, common ground solutions to the problem that we all face. Okay? So again, I apologize I can't make the class tomorrow. I will be in my office hours on Thursday from 12:30 to 1:30. I'll be there for that, and then I'll head on out. Make sure that you submit your assignment online, and let me know if you have any questions as you're developing your work. On Tuesday, I had decided that we could do optional phone conferences on that day. So if you want to set up a conference with me, I have made those times available to you for conferences. So I'm teaching 2 classes on Tuesday, Thursday. I'll be available from 2. Well, actually, I'll be available from 12:30 until 4:45 on that day. If you want a conference with me as you're developing your essay, I want you to go ahead and just get started and start plunging into this essay. You have your outline. Now that you have your thesis statement done, you have your outline already. You know what each major body paragraph is going to be about. Once you've developed that thesis statement, from there, begin filling in the blanks. Okay? For next Tuesday, I also have an assignment that I want you to submit. Again, we won't meet in class. I don't see any point in having the class because half of you are going to be gone next Tuesday. But I will have optional phone conferences on that day where you can set up between 12:30 and 4:45 time to talk with me on the phone about your essay. I do want you to submit by that date to my courses a second assignment. The first assignment was the 3-part thesis. That's due Friday at midnight. Okay? This Friday at midnight, the 18th. By Tuesday at midnight, by next Tuesday at midnight, I want you to submit the research essay plan sheet, which is on page 297 of your guide to freshman composition. I want you to submit that via my courses. I will create a Dropbox, and you can either write it out, and I give you a moment to turn to that page 297. There's the research essay plan sheet there. You can either write this out and scan it and submit it to the Dropbox, or you can type it up. What does it ask you to do? On this assignment, you will see that it's basically asking you to develop an introduction for your argumentative essay with general ideas and background information, and then it has a thesis statement. That's where I want you to put your thesis statement. It will be revised after you submitted the one on Friday. And then I want you to fill in the blanks for all of the paragraphs that you're going to use in your essay. You're going to have a topic sentence for every paragraph. Develop the topic sentence for every paragraph. And then include some supporting points for each of your major points. If you look at the assignment that I had you to do in the 3-part thesis assignment, you'll see that I asked you to develop potentially 9 supporting claims for your essay. That's where this can go, right here, or you can develop more. Include supporting evidence as well, data, all that cool stuff. It asks you to develop 4 sections, okay? There'll be 4 topic sentences. If you turn over onto page 298, you'll see there are 4 sections, 4 topic sentences. Every topic sentence has 3 supporting points and 3 supporting quotations. One of those, at least one, will be your rebuttal section. So you need to develop a topic sentence for your rebuttal section as well as begin filling out the supporting points for the opposition. If you're going to include a refutation, include that. If you're going to include an alternative, include that there as well. And it asks you to begin developing your concluding points. So complete this exercise by next Tuesday. That is the 22nd. By next Tuesday, the 22nd, and submit it online as well. And if you want to set up an optional phone conference with me, we can do that. Just email me and I will set up a time with you. Tell me whatever time works best for you from 12:30 to 4:45. Okay? Is everything clear, my friends? Like you can respond. Yeah. Anyway, I hope so. And let me know if you have any questions. And sorry again that I have to miss. Peace! Oh, I guess I'll see you. Wow. I'll see you after Thanksgiving break. So have good Thanksgiving holidays. Keep in touch. I know we'll be missing some class here. And so don't forget that you have a major first draft due when you return from Thanksgiving. Alright? When you return from Thanksgiving, we'll have the first draft due. It'll be a complete first draft. Probably developed from this outline that you'll be submitting to me. And that'll be our last class meeting. Okay? And just like always with first drafts, you bring 2 copies of your essay to class with you, and you submit 1 online. So to recap, I want you to submit your 3-part thesis statement this Friday online via my courses. Then next Tuesday, I want you to submit the research essay plan sheet from the Guide to Freshman Composition online. And then after Thanksgiving, after we return back, you will have a first draft of your argumentative research essay. You'll submit it online. We'll do peer review in class. That'll be our last class meeting. Okay? Be sure to bring any journals that you've done on the argumentative research essay to class on that date. Okay? All right. We'll see you soon, my friends. Peace.